your initiation means nothing to God. Many like to boast about their initiations into different African forms of spirituality, but they fail to realize that this is only an earthly thing. God judges the hearts of man and woman. He doesn't judge you based upon your based upon someone rubbing some shit on your head, or someone, dipping you in the water, such as we see in church. Yes, I'm saying that for church goers, because at the end of the day, when you say, I confess that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, you accept him into your life, and they take you into the water. Take him to the water. Take him to the water. Take him to the water. It's the same thing. Whether it's voodoo, you're sleeping, it is all forms of initiation. I've seen many go down a sinner in the church and come right back up a sinner. I've seen many initiated into many forms of African spirituality, and what do? They get this initiation and they go out and do fuckery. What's the difference between these individuals and the other in common people in the world? Because they act the same. One says, well, I got spiritual gifts. But what does the scripture say about spiritual gifts, man? I think you go in the New Testament, they talk about whether it's prophecy, whether it these shall fail, but charity never faileth. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about a contrite heart, a good heart, that supersedes all the fuckery that people are doing. I've seen many spiritual workers who have all these gifts. They can read tarot cards, but their life is in shambles. But you find the other individual who's not a spiritualist, who's just living, taking care of their family, and doing everything they need for their hood or the people that they're associated with. And they live an excellent, wonderful life. They're blessed. People get the game fucked up because they're able to wear a bunch of ilikes around their neck. Or because, they're in a choir and they can sing. So they got the best position. They singing tenor. So, this is what I'm saying to you people out here, man. Don't get caught up in the in the rituals. Don't get caught up in the things that please the eyes when it comes to these spiritual traditions, because God does not look at that. Many people, let me explain something to you people, many people forget, whatever traditions you are, there's definitely books of knowledge from various cultures. You have the Bhagavad Gita of India. You have the Egyptian Book of the Dead from Egypt, whatsoever. There's many religious books on earth. But I can only speak for what I was brought up in and what I know the most of outside of the tradition of voodoo. So look at the men that God chose. He chose Moses. Moses felt that he wasn't adequate enough to carry out God's plan. You look at Jesus. When he came, he didn't go amongst the Pharisees or the Sadducees to select his disciples. He went to the common man. And those common men carry out a greater work that was beyond them. As they say, he who exalts himself shall be abased. So, for you people out there that are, in esteemed positions, you're Baba Lao, you are pastor, you are imam, or, you are tata. Humble yourself. Humble yourself. Because there's something greater than you. Don't take your title as if you are replacing God. Because you're just a man. And at any moment given, that very position that you're in, God can take it away from you. So with that said, I conclude this video. Like, share, and subscribe.